Well, for more on NDLEA and the fight against drug crime in Nigeria, we have joining us now in the studio a retired Deputy Commander, National Drug Law Enforcement Agency, Momodu Sule. Glad to have you join us on Newsnight.
Thank you very much.
Let's start this discussion this way. Just give me a moment. Can we say that the NDLEA are succeeding in the fight against this drug menace? I mean, relatively.
Yes.
What makes you say that?
Of course, you just, on news, just out of the quantum of arrest that the NDLEA has just effected. So what more?
So if they're succeeding, why are we still experiencing quite some number of people still trafficking in these drugs?
Okay, let me tell you this. The fight against drug abuse is taken from two perspectives.
Okay.
We have the supply reduction and the demand reduction.
Supply reduction
and demand reduction.
Demand reduction.
The arrest is centered around supply reduction, which is, let me put it this way, NDLEA's sole responsibility. Demand reduction is not the sole responsibility of NDLEA to say. It's a joint responsibility of everybody. Everybody. The federal, NDLEA, the state, the local government, the media houses, the religious leaders, parents, school authority. Yes.
So, what you're saying in effect is that on the supply side, NDLEA is doing quite some work.
Very well, they are working very well.
On the demand side, the people you mentioned are not up to speed. That's what you're saying.
That's what I have just said. And that is what it is. Let me give you a stance. Now, there's what we call the National Drug Control Master Plan. That master plan allocates roles to various agencies. Allocate roles to various agencies in addressing the demand for drugs at the federal level, at the state level. We have the National Drug Control Strategy at the federal.
Okay.
That also reflects at the state. There's this committee that we're also supposed to have at the state. We call it State Drug Control Committee, that is supposed to address the issue of demand. How many states do we have such functioning committee? We're also supposed to have it at the local government. How many states do we have it functioning? The establishment of these committees are the sole responsibilities of the state government. NDLEA also provides for the establishment of drug-free clubs in schools across the board.
These are societies you can belong to, is that what you mean?
Yes, to propagate the message of saying no to drug. How many schools have such clubs?
Do they know?
Yes, they know. They know. But let me tell you one thing. Like I said, NDLEA, on the supply reduction, they are doing very well. Very well. But on the demand reduction, NDLEA is also doing very well. But the other components are not doing very well. Do you know at times at the state level you want to go to school, to go and talk to school, the state will not let you go.
Yep.
The state will not give you the necessary support you have. They will lock their schools. What are they doing by that? They are encouraging.
What did I say is their reason? I mean, of course, if you have to go to a state school
Yes.
or private school, you have to liaise with the authorities in the school, right? You can't just go there on your own.
Yes.
So did you do that?
Difficult. You try to liaise, they block you. They create hurdles for you. Let's even talk of the State Drug Control Committee. Like I asked, how many state governments have inaugurated their committees?
Why don't we have them?
The state government, the governors are meant to inaugurate them.
Why haven't they inaugurated them?
I don't know. They should answer. I don't know why. It's so difficult. I was there. I was a state commander.
Yeah.
Of course, the state I worked, Anambra, Bauchi, Castina, we were able to get the governors
To buy in.
and they inaugurated them and they were functioning. But 3 states out of 36.
That's like a drop of.
Look, I tell you, take for example, in FCT here, how functioning is the State Drug Control Committee? How functioning is it? You know, we talk about drug. Yeah. We talk about NDLA is doing this, NDLA is not doing that. I've just made it clear to you that the demand reduction, if there's no demand, there won't be supply.
Yeah.
Good. So we need to address parents. What are parents doing? Parents are even in a state of denial. They hide their children. They don't want you to know their children have a drug problem for you to help them.
Oh, well.
Don't be confused.
No, I'm not. I was discussing the issue of, for example, I'm getting to what you're saying, the issue of, for example, people trying to commit suicide. And I mean, the law has it that you will throw them in prison. And I was feeling it doesn't make sense. Because if somebody is trying to commit suicide, it means there's a psychological problem, a need that has to be attended to. You can't throw the person in prison. You have to try to find out what the person's needs are. What I'm leading to is it because they're afraid that you might throw the kids in prison instead of helping out to solve their problems psychologically?
No. That we've made them to understand that we don't take users to court. All we do is counseling, treatment. We rehabilitate if there's a need. Take them to the rehabilitation center and all the rest. No, it's not the issue of trust. They're in the state of denial.
Oh.
They don't want people, probably they're hiding it from the society.
Well, we talked about supply and demand.
Yeah.
Okay, let me ask you this. If you do not cut off the source, that is those that finance it, those that really run the show, because there are people behind the scene that run the show. These are little fries that you have. You can't really curb it. So are you doing that?
These are not little flies that NDLA are arresting. NDLA are arresting the big guys, the dealers. But I hope you know that the most lucrative illicit business in the world is drug trafficking. You know, we talk so much about corruption in Nigeria, drug. And you know, drug has an international dimension. You have a cultivator, maybe in Brazil. You have an exporter in Colombia. You have a distributor in Nigeria. It's an international business.
So my question is, you talked about supply and demand. And you said the major issue is demand.
Demand, yes.
Now, if there is no source, then you can't get it.
Yeah, that's where I was going to.
Okay, go on.
Because of the quantum of money you make from that trade, you take people off the street, more people will come in. Because of the profit, because of the money in drug business. So as you are taking people out, some other people wants to try. That's the challenge. I just told you, the most lucrative, the crime that generates the most illicit fund in the whole world is drug trafficking.
Even much more than oil?
Oh yeah, it's just there. What is oil? We're talking of drug, illicit. I'm saying illicit.
Yeah, illicit.
We're not talking of licit business.
Yeah.
Illicit business.
Sure. So,
drug.
Before I let you go, you've talked about creating
State Drug Control Committee, local government
drug
committee, then making clubs, functioning club in schools, opening the environment for the NDLA to interface with workers, school authorities, Transport, let me tell you something. NDLA is doing what you call drug integrity test.
Yeah.
The chairman, Brigadier General Abuba Mara, was with the Minister of Education the last time, and the minister said he was going to buy into that proposal, whereby every student in a tertiary institution will have to do a drug test. How far have we gone with it? What has the Ministry of Education done so far? The present chairman of NDLA is also saying, drivers, if you are a driver, whether commercial, we know commercial drivers are under the influence of drug. For you to get a driver's license, you need to do NDLA integrity test. I was part of the committee. We have done everything we need to do in NDLA, and we want to, I think NDLA wants to partner with Federal Road Safety, and the proposals have been sent to them. I think they are waiting. So what I'm saying here is, if all these
are in place,
first, we all know long-distance drivers, they drive under the influence of drugs. So you will cut that away. The accident rate will reduce on our road. If you have drug integrity tests in schools, what are you also saying? You are reducing the availability of these drugs in higher institutions.
Right,
then let's look at secondary school.
We don't have all the time.
I know. So we can also take it down to secondary school. And when you do that, you find out that the drug demand, the demand will drop drastically.
All right, we'll leave it there. We hope that those who have ears will hear, and we'll hope that these things will be pushed so that this question of drug will get done. Thank you so much, retired Deputy Commander, National Drug Law Enforcement Agency, Mamadou Sule, for being here on News 9.
Deputy Commander General.
Deputy Commander General, yes.
Thank you very much.
Good. All right.